As we head into our new school year, let's stop and think about our classroom decorations. What is it that we're putting up on our walls? And could it be that the things that we're putting up are actually quietly distracting learners from doing the thing that we actually want them to do? Just learn. In 2014, Carnegie Mellon put out some research where a group of researchers studied a group of kindergarten learners and brought them into two different classroom spaces. The first had decorations all over the wall, kind of busy, as you can imagine, just a typical teacher-made materials, borders on the walls, versus learning in a completely blank, empty slate classroom. And the study showed that the children had greater, more significant learning gains in the classroom with minimal items on the wall space. Now, again, this was just a small study that was done with a group of kindergarten learners, and this was in a lab setting, so it doesn't really color the whole, the nuances involved in a classroom over time or with older students. However, I think there's something underneath that helps to point towards something we can consider, which is, what is it that we're asking for learners to attend to when we fill up our classroom walls with stuff? And not only items that we've created, but just things in general. Let's try to head into this new school year asking ourselves more deeply, why is it that I'm placing this up on the wall? And how does this direct or point learners to learning? Having Post-it note paper and buckets of markers around the room allow us to be able to pause periodically during learning discussions and capture notes of the learning happening. What ends up filling up the walls in the classroom space then is evidence of thinking and learning, and it's attached directly to the meaning and sense making that kids are doing, rather than it being something pre-made, purchased on Teacher Paid Teacher, or found on Pinterest and then recreated outside of the learning moment and put up almost as a decoration. The mindset tends to be, oh, I need the classroom to be finished. I need a finished space. Or maybe like how it was for me in the past was, I want my room to somehow express or explain the type of teacher I want to be, which is somebody who cares or puts the energy or effort in. If I just had a blank space, a blank classroom wall, wouldn't parents, think, oh, this teacher must not go above and beyond? And I want to invite you to just reconsider what we can arm ourselves with going into the school year are really strong beliefs about learning and about teaching the students right in front of us and really following them and letting them take the lead. With radical simplicity, it's not about minimalism. It's not some sort of trend. This is really just about really stripping back all of the excess that school culture kind of adds into teaching. That too often it becomes just like the business of doing schooling rather than focusing on the central work that we are, as teachers, as educators, interested in doing, which is really impacting learning. Now, we're all, given a different set of circumstances and different environment, different constraints, but one thing that we can really do is think deeply and ask ourselves, why? Why am I putting this up on my classroom walls? And is it going to forward learning? How can I declutter things, remove things from the space? Think really deeply about creating spaces where we can gather, we can talk and communicate together. We can capture those conversations to leave remnants of learning along the way. One thing that's really helped transform learning in my classroom is by starting the year off with nothing on the walls. So the blank space of the classroom really acts as an invitation to come in and learn together. Can you create a room that just says, this is for all of us? How is it that a blank wall can communicate something different? It's not about being distilled or cold. The warmth of a classroom isn't about the things on a wall. The warmth and invitation and kind of sense of welcoming that a classroom provides comes from the people, and it comes from the firm beliefs that we carry as teachers and how we communicate those really strongly and clearly at the beginning, that we're here as a community and we're here to learn, and this is how learning happens.